You know, what really holds our world together? It's not just gravity or the laws of physics, right? It's the promises we make, the friendships we build. Today, we're going to dive into the ancient Vedic deity who is the very embodiment of that force, a god of unbreakable bonds. Let's get into the story of Mitra.
Okay, just imagine this for a second. What if every single promise you made, every handshake, every contract you signed, what if it was all watched over by a god, like a divine guarantor for every one of your connections? Well, that's exactly the world we're stepping into right now.
See, in the Vedic world, this wasn't just some what-if scenario. That deity is very real, and he has a name, Mitra. And his name literally means friend. His whole job, his entire divine purpose, is to protect the very promises that bind us together. So let's break down how he actually does that.
All right, first up, the cosmic friend. To really get a handle on Mitra, we've got to look at his place in the grand scheme of things. Because he's not just about personal friendships. Oh no, he's way bigger than that. He's a fundamental pillar holding up the entire universe.
So, before we go any further, you need to know about this concept called Rita. Honestly, to get Mitra, you have to get Rita. The best way to think about it is like it's the universe's source code. It's the underlying principle that keeps everything in check, from the planets staying in their orbits to the seasons changing right on schedule. It's the ultimate cosmic order and truth.
So who exactly is this cosmic friend? Well, let's run down the list. He's an Aditi, one of the solar deities. He's the son of the goddess Aditi and the sage Kashyapa. His main job? He's the god of friendship, loyalty, and contracts. And he's a key guardian of that cosmic order we just talked about, Rita. But here's what's really interesting. He almost never works alone. He's usually part of a team, invoked alongside Varuna, who's kind of the stern judge, and Aryaman, the god of hospitality. Yeah, you can think of them as a kind of cosmic super team, each one with a very specific job to do.
Okay, now for the fun part, the myths. This is where you really see what Mitra's all about. Because in the stories, he's not some big, scary warrior god. Nope. He's the universe's #1 diplomat.
Yeah, his main tool isn't a weapon, and it's not fear. It's something much more powerful. Just being cordial. Gentle persuasion. You see, where other gods might throw their weight around and make demands, Mitra, he convinces. He's the one who builds bridges and closes the gap between opposing sides, not by force, but by helping them find common ground.
And this brings us to his partnership with Varuna, which is absolutely key. Think of them like a cosmic good cop, bad cop duo. Mitra is all about gentle persuasion, bringing people together to make a deal. Varuna, he's the stern judge who makes sure you keep that deal. Mitra is the friendly daylight that encourages you to shake hands. Varuna is the vast, dark night sky that watches to make sure you don't break your promise. They're two sides of the same coin, and you really need both to keep the universe in balance.
Want a perfect example of his skills? Look no further than the Vishnu Purana. You've got the gods and the demons, right? They're in the middle of this huge cosmic event, churning the ocean to get the nectar of immortality. And just when they're about to go to war over it, who steps in? Mitra, of course. He gets them to sit down, talk it out, and he brokers a deal so they can share it. I mean, come on, finding common ground between gods and demons, that's some next-level diplomacy right there.
All right, let's shift gears a bit. We're going to go right to the source now, the ancient Vedic hymns. And these aren't just poems or stories. These are the actual words, the prayers that people chanted thousands of years ago to call upon Mitra.
Just listen to this line from the Rigveda. Mitram huve pataram vishvarupam. It means, I call upon Mitra, the guardian of all forms. Just hearing those sounds, it's like a direct line, a connection straight back through thousands of years to the people who first spoke them.
And then the hymn gives us this incredible image. Mitra beholdeth man with eyes that close not. Wow! Think about that. It's not just pretty language. It's telling us that he is always watching. He's the eternal witness, the guardian whose eyes are always open, making sure promises are kept. Here's another one, a different hymn. It starts with the phrase Mitrogenita, and this one shifts our view a little, from Mitra the guardian to Mitra as a creative force, a source of that cosmic order himself.
The rest of the line paints this picture of him as a good and fair king, a disposer who makes things right. And then there's this key part, gracious to the singer. What that means is that it's a two-way street. You honor your agreements, you sing his praise, and Mitra, in turn, will be gracious to you.
Okay, so we've seen him in the cosmic order, in the myths, in the ancient hymns, but his story doesn't end there. Mitra's influence is still alive and well today in Vedic astrology, or Jyotisha. His energy isn't just some old idea, it's literally written in the stars.
So in Vedic astrology, Mitra rules over something called the Anuradha Nakshatra. A nakshatra is basically a lunar mansion, a segment of the night sky. And Anuradha is known as the star of devotion. I mean, how perfect is that? The entire vibe of this star is about finding success, not by going it alone, but by building strong, powerful alliances.
And get this, people born under this star are said to actually embody Mitra's qualities. They're often super charismatic, incredibly devoted, and have this rock-solid loyalty that just makes them amazing friends and partners. They're the natural diplomats, the leaders who know that real success is built on trust and strong relationships. It's basically Mitra's energy showing up in a person.
And if you look at the astrology behind it, it gets even deeper. Anuradha's ruling planet is Saturn, which is all about discipline and long-term karmic bonds. So these connections aren't just casual. Then its element is water, which brings in all that deep emotion and devotion. So you've got Saturn's structure combined with water's emotional depth, and that combo creates this incredible energy for building bonds that are not just strong, they can literally change your life.
And that's really the bottom line for Anuradha, and for Mitra himself. It's this idea that true, lasting power doesn't come from conquering people. It comes from connecting with them. Real victory isn't about being dominant. It's about the strength of the bonds you create.
So, we've gone from cosmic principles and ancient myths all the way to the stars in the sky. Let's bring it all together. What is the lasting legacy of Mitra, this god of the unbreakable bond?
Ultimately, Mitra's legacy is this simple, timeless idea. He is the force that turns being alone into being together. From those ancient hymns in the Rigveda to an astrology chart you could pull up right now, his message has never changed. Our real strength is in the bonds we build and, just as importantly, the bonds we honor. He's the divine friend, the cosmic peacemaker, the eternal guardian of what connects us.
And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? In our world today, which is so full of, temporary DMs and fleeting connections, what's the real value of an eternal bond? What can we learn from a God whose entire existence is about promises that are never, ever broken?